Ever notice how someone might be standing in the middle of a room, talking to themselves? Maybe you've even done it. It's not always a sign of losing your marbles. In fact, it could mean you're highly intelligent, focused, or just trying to figure something out. But why do people do it? What's going on in their minds? And is it really as strange as it seems? Let's dive into the fascinating psychology behind talking to yourself. You might be surprised to find out it's more common and beneficial than you think. The commonality of self-talk. You know how you sometimes catch yourself talking to yourself, especially when you're alone. Turns out, you're not alone in that. Self-talk is incredibly common. In fact, studies suggest that nearly everyone engages in this behavior at some point or another. It's not just a quirky habit, it's a normal part of human cognition. People talk to themselves to plan, to remember, to motivate, or even to regulate their emotions. Consider this. When you're trying to remember where you left your keys, you might mutter, "First had them in the kitchen." That's self-talk in action. It's a tool we use to search our memory. Similarly, athletes often use self-talk to boost their performance. A tennis player might say, "Focus, you've got this," to psych themselves up for the next serve. It's a way to channel inner strength and concentration. Self-talk isn't just about verbalizing thoughts. It's also about the internal dialogue that runs in our minds constantly. Think about when you're making a tough decision. You might weigh the pros and cons in your head, arguing with yourself. That's a form of self-talk too. It's how we make sense of the world and navigate complex situations. So, next time you catch yourself talking to yourself, remember, it's not just you. It's a universal human experience. The science behind self-talk. You might not realize it, but you're probably talking to yourself right now. Maybe it's a silent monologue about what to cook for dinner, or perhaps you're mentally rehearsing a tough conversation. This internal chatter is more than just a quirk. It's a fundamental aspect of human cognition. Scientists have found that self-talk serves as a regulatory mechanism, helping us control our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. It's like having a personal coach in your head, guiding you through the complexities of life. The brain processes self-talk in a unique way. When you speak to yourself, you engage both the Broca's area, which is involved in speech production, and the Wernicke's area, which is responsible for language comprehension. This back-and-forth activity creates a loop that enhances self-awareness and introspection. For instance, when you're trying to remember where you left your keys, you might say, "First had them in the car." "First put them in my pocket when first got out." This verbal cue helps your brain retrace your steps. It's like using a mental map to navigate your memory. Self-talk also plays a crucial role in emotional regulation. Studies have shown that using your name in self-talk, like "John, calm down," can create a sense of detachment from the situation. This technique helps you manage stress and anxiety more effectively. For example, if you're about to give a presentation, telling yourself, "You're nervous, but you've prepared well," can reduce anxiety. It's like having a friend pat you on the back and say, "You've got this." The key is to use a supportive and encouraging tone, as if you were talking to a friend. This approach has been shown to improve performance and well-being. Interestingly, the language you use in self-talk can influence your behavior. Research has found that using the second-person pronoun "you" can make you more likely to follow through on a task. For instance, saying "you need to finish this report" can be more effective than saying "first need to finish this report." It's like creating a sense of accountability. Additionally, using the third-person pronoun "he" or "she" can help you gain perspective and make better decisions. For example, if you're struggling with a difficult choice, asking "what would Sarah do?" can provide clarity. It's like seeking advice from a wise friend. Types of self-talk. You're standing in front of the mirror, rehearsing your speech for the big presentation. You're not just thinking about it, you're talking aloud, practicing your pitch, your tone, your body language. This is one form of self-talk, a technique often used to prepare and motivate. It's called instructional self-talk, where you give yourself specific commands or instructions. Athletes often use this type. A tennis player might say, "Keep your eye on the ball," or "follow through on your swing." It's like having a coach in your head, guiding you through the action. It's practical, focused, and goal-oriented. Then there's motivational self-talk. Picture this. You're halfway through a grueling workout, your muscles are burning, and you want to quit. But then you say, "First can do this. First am strong. First won't give up." That's motivational self-talk. It's not about instructions. It's about encouragement, about pushing yourself forward. It's like a pep talk from your best friend, but it's coming from you. Research has shown that this type of self-talk can improve performance and persistence. It's not just about feeling good, it's about doing better. But self-talk isn't always positive or helpful. Sometimes, it can be negative and destructive. Ever found yourself thinking, "First am such an idiot. First always mess things up"? That's negative self-talk. It's harsh, critical, and often irrational. It can make you feel worse and even interfere with your goals. For example, if you're giving a presentation and you think, "First am boring everyone. They all hate me," you might start to speak more quietly, avoid eye contact, and generally perform worse. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Negative self-talk can be a hard habit to break, but it's important to try, because it can significantly impact your mental health and well-being. There's also a type of self-talk that's more reflective and evaluative. You might notice yourself thinking, "Why did First react that way? What could First have done differently?" This is evaluative self-talk. It's about looking back at your actions and trying to understand them. It's not about judgment, it's about learning and growth. For instance, after a disagreement with a friend, you might think, "First shouldn't have raised my voice. Next time, First should try to stay calm and listen more." It's a way of processing your experiences and planning for the future. It's a bit like having a conversation with yourself, where you're both the speaker and the listener. The benefits and drawbacks. You might have noticed people muttering to themselves in the grocery store or pacing while debating aloud. It turns out, talking to oneself isn't just a sign of loneliness or distress. It's a common habit with both benefits and drawbacks. On the positive side, self-talk can be a powerful tool for self-regulation. When you talk through your actions, you engage your brain's executive functions. For instance, a student might say, "First need to finish this chapter before dinner to keep themselves on task." This strategy can improve focus and task performance. It's also a way to manage emotions. Telling yourself "First can handle this" during a stressful situation can calm your nervous system, much like a friend's reassuring words would. Moreover, self-talk can boost motivation. Athletes often use it to push through tough workouts. "Come on, just one more lap," they might say. It's a way to encourage yourself, like having a personal cheerleader in your head. Research shows that using your name or second-person pronoun, "You've got this, Sarah," can make this effect even stronger. It's not just about the words, but the tone and intent behind them. A gentle, encouraging inner voice can do wonders for your mindset. However, self-talk isn't always helpful. If it's negative or critical, it can reinforce negative thoughts and lower self-esteem. Someone constantly telling themselves "First am not good enough" will likely start to believe it. This kind of self-talk can lead to increased anxiety and depression. It's a cycle that's hard to break without intervention. Additionally, excessive self-talk can be a sign of cognitive overload. When your brain is trying to process too much information, it might start talking through it all, which can be distracting and counterproductive. In extreme cases, it might indicate a mental health condition, like schizophrenia, where the line between self-talk and hallucinations can blur. Self-talk in different cultures. Self-talk isn't just a habit, it's a cultural phenomenon that varies widely around the world. In Western cultures, for instance, self-talk is often viewed as a sign of mental distress or lack of self-control. People might whisper to themselves in private, but openly talking to oneself in public can draw stares or whispers. This perspective likely stems from societal values that emphasize individualism and privacy. Americans, for example, tend to see self-talk as a private activity, something to keep to oneself unless in certain contexts, like sports or personal development. Meanwhile, in many Eastern cultures, self-talk is more accepted and even encouraged in certain situations. In Japan, for instance, it's common for people to talk to themselves as a way to process emotions or make decisions. This is often seen as a sign of introspection and self-awareness. Similarly, in some African cultures, self-talk is a normal part of daily life. In Nigeria, for example, people might talk to themselves openly as a way to reflect or problem solve. This cultural difference highlights how societal norms shape our behaviors and perceptions. Language also plays a significant role in shaping self-talk. In languages with complex grammar structures, like Russian or German, self-talk can be more nuanced and introspective. Speakers might use different verb tenses or pronouns to express themselves in various ways. In contrast, languages with simpler structures, like English, might lend themselves to more straightforward self-talk. Additionally, the cultural context of language use can influence self-talk. For example, in cultures where indirect communication is valued, self-talk might be more subtle and internalized. Moreover, cultural practices and beliefs can influence the content and purpose of self-talk. In some cultures, self-talk is tied to spiritual or religious practices. For instance, in Hinduism, the practice of mantra meditation involves repeating sacred words or phrases to oneself. This form of self-talk is believed to have spiritual and psychological benefits. Similarly, in some indigenous cultures, self-talk is used as a form of prayer or communication with the divine. These examples show how cultural beliefs and practices can shape the way people talk to themselves. You know, we all have that inner voice. It's the one that narrates our thoughts, helps us make decisions, and sometimes even argues with us. Today, we've explored why some people take it a step further and talk to themselves out loud. It's not about being weird or eccentric. It's about boosting focus, managing emotions, or even giving themselves a pep talk. If you've ever caught yourself muttering under your breath, don't worry. You're not alone. In fact, you're in good company. Many successful athletes, actors, and even scientists use self-talk to enhance their performance. It's a tool, a strategy, a way to harness the power of your own mind. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Do you talk to yourself? When and why? Share your experiences in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going. And if you found this video insightful, don't forget to like and subscribe. We are always cooking up new content to help you understand the fascinating world of psychology. Next time, we'll be diving into the psychology of procrastination. Why do we put off until tomorrow what we can do today? What's really going on in our brains when we procrastinate? Trust me, it's more than just laziness. It's a complex interplay of emotions, thoughts, and behaviors. So, stay tuned. It's going to be an eye-opener. Until then, keep talking to yourself. It's doing you more good than you think.